Hi everyone, this is Shantae, aka Shanteezy, on Twitter and Instagram, or just simply just Shantae. So I'm here with a show that I do daily analysis. Normally this will be my after show, but I have a mini episode because I'm back in school, and school has taken a lot of my time, which I don't mind to be book and busy. Hopefully, work will take my time, work and school, which I can balance, take my time. So in the meantime, I will come with this stuff. But just to let people know, people think I'm going to school for history. No, I'm going to graduate school for business. I love business. I love numbers, but I am going to school for general admin, which is, well, my master's program is going to be in general admin. That's the focus. But let me get to some of these numbers. Normally, I will do a lot of these COVID numbers, but today, like I said, school is a priority and it comes first. So, in terms of the coronavirus, so globally, within 188 countries, they're at we're at 27,477,100. 100. Let's repeat that number again. I just botched that up without my glasses on, which I'm not going to get them right now. So globally, we had 27,477,049 cases of COVID. That is on a global stage. And these are numbers according to the Johns Hopkins website. The death toll for the whole entire world is at 896,127. So we're almost on a trajectory to the millionth mark of the deaths around COVID-19 in the whole entire world. The U.S. cases, which we account for a fifth of those cases, we are at 6,326,696 cases of COVID, with our death toll in the U.S. at 189,639. And that's from the Johns Hopkins website. Brazil is at 4,162,000. But before I read Brazil, I think India surpassed it with 4,280,422. Then Brazil has 4,162,073, followed by Peru at 691,575. Colombia has 671,533. Mexico has 642,860. South Africa has 640,411. Spain has 534,413. 513. Those are the countries with the highest cases. I encourage you, I'm going to type it in again with the coronavirus. Coronavirus.jhu.edu. So it's right there. You can look up the cases, the daily cases. Only thing with the state cases on that, on the United States, they only have it by county. So if you want just the full state and not just try to tally up what's in each county, subscribe to the New York Times COVID map or the Washington Post COVID map. That's my advice to you guys. Dominican Republic has reached 100,000, so 100,131. Panama is almost at 100,000 at 98,407. Guatemala is at 78,721. Now in Africa, we all know South Africa has the highest cases of COVID-19 on the continent. Nigeria has 55,456. Ghana has 45,012. Senegal has 14,044. In the West Indies, I think some of these countries have reopened their countries, but they're on level 3 of travel. So that means that you shouldn't travel there. That's the recommendation from the CDC. Jamaica has 3,183. Bahamas has 2,585. Trinidad and Tobago has 391. Excuse me. Let's read this again. Trinidad has 2,391. And if I mess up the numbers on the Bahamas, it's 2,585. Guyana has 1,613. Antigua has 95 cases. St. Vincent has 62 cases. St. Lucia has 26 cases. While Grenada still has 24, Dominica still has 20, and St. Kitts is still at 17. They've been holding at 17 for months. I'm assuming they're not opening their country to the entire world. I don't blame them because I think some of these countries are probably in their second wave. We don't know. I believe China finished their second wave back in June. So the United States are not at their second wave yet, but there are medical experts saying it's a possible second wave, which is going to happen because it's a pandemic. Pandemics last for 2 to 3 years. I'm assuming this pandemic will last longer. Some scientists said it's 5. I believe it. If we would act soon, it probably would have been like a year or two. But since we don't have a national coordinated response here in the United States, obviously it's going to be prolonged longer. That's my hypothesis. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's a possible truth to that. Now here at home, you can check the New York Times COVID map. California is still holding at the highest cases of COVID-19. They're like close to having 1 million cases, which I hope that does not happen for the state itself. Is at 745,910. Texas has 669,985. Florida has 650,084. New York has 445,308. Georgia has 200,068. Excuse me. Let me read that again. Georgia has 268,684. Illinois has 255,229. Arizona has 206,048. New Jersey has 196,450. North Carolina has 179,150, and Tennessee rounds up that top 10 with 163,180. So, like I said, we don't have a national coordinated response. Only 10 states out of the 50 states reach their testing targets. 5 states are almost near their testing targets, while the rest of the states, which is 35 states, are below, far below their testing targets. And those states include California, Texas, Florida. What's it? Texas, Florida, California, and Arizona and Illinois. They don't meet their testing target. And Tennessee's on that list. And North Carolina. It's a couple. There's a lot of states that's on that list that don't meet their testing target. Somehow it's leadership. Maybe not enough funds to combat COVID. So that can be, it's a whole host of implications, right? States want to go back to normal. A lot of people don't like to be cooped up in their house. And I understand. I'm one of those folks too that's used to going out every day. Like, I'm working out in my house. I refuse to still go to the gym, even though the gym is like open by 25% where I live. However, I'd rather keep myself safe and not go to an enclosed place in a gym where I can easily catch something. Because there's supposed to be a second wave of COVID-19, and who could say these facilities and these establishments will close down again? So I'm trying to think strategically how to keep myself safe through this pandemic. And going to school online, trying to balance my life halfway doing these things, which I had to scale back on doing this on my Instagram because my school took precedence. So think about these things, how COVID is changing our lives and changing our lives dramatically, and our leadership is basically absent throughout all of this stuff. Very absent. Not present. Not at all. So that's something to think about. Now, besides talking about more about COVID, I do want to bring this video up that Kayleigh McEnany. Oh, Kayleigh McEnany. Kayleigh McEnany is the press secretary to the 80th million press secretary who was, I think, on Fox, and she said something that really made absolutely no sense today, right? So here we go. About to pull it up for you guys.
Barriers so we can get or through bureaucratic barriers so we can get a safe, effective, and timely vaccine. And once again, compare that to Obama, Biden, where they promised a vaccine, they vastly underperformed. And you have Biden's advice or through bureaucratic.
Y'all want to listen to that again? Let's listen to that again.
Obama, Biden, or through bureaucratic barriers so we can get a safe, effective, and timely vaccine. And once again, compare that to Obama, Biden, where they promised a vaccine, they vastly underperformed. And you have Biden's advice or through bureaucratic barriers so we can get a safe, effective, and timely vaccine. And once again, compare that to Obama, Biden, where they promised a vaccine, they vastly underperformed. And you have Biden.
Okay, so let's just make this clear. First and foremost, let's just be clear and concise. The coronavirus never happened during the Obama and Biden years. They did have two global pandemics that could have went worldwide, right? That could have been a big global pandemic, right? You had H1N1 in 2009, earlier in the administration, which President Obama appointed his vice president, Joe Biden. Then Joe Biden, right? Joe Biden and his team worked on combating H1N1. Not really too much casualties, right? 5 years later, in the second term of the Obama years, you had Ebola crisis. Who does President Obama appoint? Joe Biden, his vice president, right? Vice President Biden. Who does Vice President Biden works with as his coordinator for this virus? Ron Klain, who's one of his senior advisors now to his presidential campaign. Part of Ron Klain is the reason why there was a pandemic response team created inside the National Security Council, I think back in 2014, 2015. There was only 2 casualties for the Ebola crisis. Let's fast forward years later, and the Trump administration, good God, why? We are facing a global pandemic. This could have been preventative? Absolutely could have been preventative if he would just listen to his medical experts. That was 1. 2, if he actually would have got test kits from the World Health Organization when they offered for him at a cost, and he refused to buy them. And I just want to play this video once again for all the folks that you did not hear it yesterday, but I'm going to play it again just to give clarity that this man has downplayed this virus time and time and time and time and time again. So here it goes.
It will go away. Just stay calm. It will go away. A lot of people think that goes away in April with the heat, as the heat comes in. Typically, that will go away in April. We're in great shape there. You treat this like a flu. 15 people. Out of billions of people. Yeah. 15 people. Yeah. They're getting better. And soon they're all going to be better. Hopefully, it's going to disappear. One day, it's like a miracle. It will disappear. Now, the Democrats are politicizing the coronavirus. You know that. Coronavirus. And this is their new hoax. So, healthy people, if you're healthy, you will probably go through a process and you'll be fine. You think a solid flu vaccine, you don't think that would have an impact or much of an impact on corona? No. Probably not.
President, is it safe or appropriate to be holding rallies during a public health crisis like this?
I think it's very safe, yeah. I think it's very safe. Things are going very well, as you see. Do you believe it's inevitable that the coronavirus will spread across the country. No, I don't think that's inevitable at all.
We have a report today, the global death rate at 3.4%.
Well, I think the 3.4% is really a false number. Now, this is just my hunch. Personally, I would say the number is way under 1%. At this moment, we think we have it very much in hand. It's going to all work out. Everybody has to be calm. It's all going to work out. It will end. People have to remain calm. Be calm. It's really working out, and a lot of good things are going to happen.
You say to Americans you are concerned and you're not taking this seriously enough, that some of your statements don't match what your health experts are saying.
That's CNN, fake news. This is just a temporary moment of time. We're in great shape compared to other places. We are in really good shape. And 5 million within a month, I doubt we'll need anywhere near that. As of this moment, we have 50 deaths, which is a lot of good decisions were made, or that number could be many times that. But it's something that we have tremendous control of.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your response to this crisis?
I'd rate it at 10. I think we've done a great job. We're going to defeat the invisible enemy. I think we're going to do it even faster than we thought. And it will be a complete victory. It'll be a total victory. People get better. I mean, most people are getting better. Most, by far, the people, you get better.
Is it possible that your impulse to put a positive spin on things may be giving Americans a false sense of hope?
No, I don't think so. Many doctors, and I've read many doctors, they can't believe the great job that we've done. Doing it the way we're doing it is much better. It's really much better. America will again and soon be open for business, very soon, near the end of our historic battle with the invisible enemy. I think it's ridiculous. We don't have to do it. A lot of those states could go back right now, and they probably will. This is going to go away.
Without a vaccine, sir, why do you think the virus will just be gone?
It's going to go. It's going to leave. It's going to be gone. It's going to be eradicated. But with or without a vaccine, it's going to pass. This virus is going to disappear. It's a question of when. This is going to go away without a vaccine. We have met the moment, and we have prevailed. It'll go away at some point. It'll go away. We stop testing right now. We have very few cases, if any. I would say, even without it, it goes away. The numbers are very minuscule compared to what it was. It's dying out. I think that at some point that's going to sort of just disappear.
That was a painful 4 minutes of denial. So every time when I talk about COVID and talk about there's no national coordinated response, this is the reason why. It's now this. You can check it out on YouTube. This is not fake. It's real. No national coordinated response, we're at a standstill. So that's what it is. So, yeah. Now I want to get into something else. So, it seems like voter suppression just don't come from white people. It comes from our own. So, Ice Cube, accomplished actor, accomplished rapper, and entrepreneur, had said some bullshit like this. So I'm just going to play it for you.
Yo, what's up? This your homie Ice Cube. Here to talk to my black folks. I just want to be straight up because there's a lot of messages going out about this election. First and foremost, anybody telling you that you gotta vote, that it's your duty, that you have to exercise the right, and that people die for you to vote. For one, people did die, but nobody walked out their house to go die for you to vote. They were killed by probably some racists that don't want to see us get anything. But I'm saying that to say this. Be skeptical of anybody telling you to vote and not telling you to ask for anything or to tell you to just vote and not to get anything for your vote. That's not how it works. That's not the process. You don't vote just to vote. You vote because you're getting something or your community is getting something. So everybody that's telling you that, man, look at them and say, what are you getting? Because people that just want you to vote and not ask for nothing, people that's in power that want you to vote but don't want you to get anything or not asking for you to get anything economically, they suspect. Straight up. Because a lot of people been in place for a long time and we ain't got shit. That shit gonna end. That shit gonna end. We gonna get what we supposed to get. Period. And anybody asking you not to ask, I wouldn't listen to them. Because that's the process. Every community asks for what they want. And we're going to do the same goddamn thing.
Okay. So if you're not going to like the words that come out of my mouth for this is not the live stream for you. But Mr. Q is a multimillionaire. So let's look up what his net worth is. Because I'm pretty sure it's way more than mine. Hi, Kenny. I enjoyed your video today. You said the word today. It was a sermon. So thank you, because I'm about to tear into Ice Cube's ass right now. Ice Cube's net worth. There we go. His net worth is worth $160 million. My salary is not even an eighth of that, if you want to do the math. Because I am a business major in grad school. So it's not even an eighth. I make under $50,000 right now. And I'm not even employed yet. Because I've been unemployed since January. Oh yeah, I read Sydney's tweet about that. I was like, then again, I'm not surprised about the voter suppression videos that he has done. So his organization, I forgot what the name of it is, but it's tied with Steve Bannon. Y'all know the king of Breitbart, Steve Bannon, the racist chief strategist under Donald Trump, one of his many thousand employees that left the revolving door. Yeah, his business is tied into that, the Black America agenda. Because when he was asked about that on Roland Martin, he couldn't give a concrete answer why he didn't include black women in it, right? You're supposed to be the guy that's supposed to uplift black women when you do all these movies. You putting voter suppression videos like that on your timeline, say what's in it for us, like part 2, part ducks, whatever it is, you're suppressing people not to vote. I mean, dude, you make $160 million a year. You'll be fine for another 4 years of Trump. I won't. Me, no. Just a regular commoner that lives in Harlem. That's from Harlem, but currently reside downtown in affordable housing. But still, like, I don't make that much money. And I'm going to grad school finishing my grad school, to make more money. And yeah, you're right, Ken. He doesn't support black women. It's astonishing for him to even do videos like that. It's straight up bullshit. And then say people that died for us, like you didn't care, like the people that actually risked their lives on the line. They say, oh, they just went outside and died. Like, and I use this word candidly because he has a low class mentality. But nigga, are you crazy? So you talking shit about the late great John Lewis, the late great C.T. Vivian, the late great Dr. Martin Luther King. You're talking about other reverends that actually risked their lives and vote, people that went to church. Your ancestors from the South, because I'm pretty sure a lot of your ancestors is not from Los Angeles, California. My grandparents. My mother told me the story about my grandparents. Yeah, it is starting to make sense. My grandparents, okay? My mother's parents, because my mother's from the rural South. And she witnessed her parents getting their ballots thrown out because they had to learn how to write their name on the fucking ballot. Because they used to go to the school and submit their ballot. And what those guys do, if you couldn't write your name, back then in the 60s, if you didn't know how to write your name, your ballot was in the fucking garbage. And my mother said this to me, and you know what? And I firmly believe it. Excuse me. I firmly believe it. And the fact that I'm learning that his organization is tied to Steve Bannon and that you're not including black women, it makes perfect sense. Like, you don't give a fucking shit about black women. And that literacy test was bullshit. It was. The citizenship questions and everything, that's bullshit. And Donald Trump wants to revise the citizenship questions again. Like, he don't even know half of the stuff that's in U.S. history. The man don't even read the U.S. Constitution. He's breaking all the laws, the Emoluments Clause and such more like it. The Hatch Act, like 3 weeks ago almost, like, dude, seriously? I'm just like, yo. Like, and it's not just only Ice Cube. There's other rappers and actors doing this dumb shit. Talking about what's in it for us. Why am I voting? I'm sending my vote out. Or I'm voting for Kanye. Listen. Kanye may not be on nobody's ballot right now. Because he might get sued. Yep, and the KKK used to stand right outside, used to intimidate black people. And that includes, because my mom is from South Carolina, and my grandparents, her parents, well, they're from South Carolina too. So, like, they used to stand outside, firm, straight up out there. So that's why voting was an essential, for me growing up in New York. And even my dad, who was a native-born New Yorker, he said it was even hard time even voting up here too. That's why they always said that shit. Like, my father sees me every Sunday when he comes and bring me stuff down because I can't go up and see my parents. And he told me, like, you better not sit out that thing and vote. He always say, when Biden and Harris gets, and I'm like, you claiming it in existence. He's like, no. It's not if, it's they're going to win too. And yeah, it's Diddy with this shit too. He on that letter with the 100 black men. No offense, Diddy, I still don't forget. Come on, Diddy, I still don't forget. And Chance the Rapper, I'm just fed up. I'm just fed up with all these niggas that make money. Niggas with $2. That's what I say. But that shit had me blown. But you should check out Kenny's video. That thing had me like saying Jesus as I was doing my homework. I took a break for a little bit and then resumed back. So I'm done for tonight. So I will be doing more homework tomorrow after my eye appointment. Jesus Christ. But yeah. Like, voting is very crucial. And you should never ever miss your vote. Even for state and local officials. Like in New York, we have city councils. Yeah, no problem, Kenny. We have a city council in New York. That's our legislative body in New York City. In New York State, we have the state legislature. Like, we send people from different places, including the city. Yeah, that video was fire. That video was fire. Yeah. But speaking of more shit and more liars, I want to get into The View. So The View aired is 24th season. Sarah Haynes is back. I guess that show got canceled. And so I want to play the clip of Sarah Huckabee Sanders when Sunny drags that ass. Sunny Houston, one of the co-hosts on The View, drags that ass. So hopefully that video is there. Oh, they show when I wanted to see the clip between her and Sunny because that was powerful. But I have the small clip right here. Oh yeah, I will definitely send you that. For sure. But I have a small clip.
Biden's America. This is Trump's America. This is happening under your president's watch. And this is This is not Joe Biden's America. This is Trump's America. This is happening under your president's watch.
So basically, Sarah B. Huckabee Sanders was supposed to talk about her book, right? Fuck the book. They were talking about how Trump basically said that people that served in the military that were veterans are losers and suckers. And you know, Joe Biden, they went off, showed the clip that Joe Biden went off to him on Monday, which I think on Friday he really went the fuck off. But I guess Sarah did not like the questions that was coming to her. Megan basically kind of gave softball questions, but still was angry. But it was Joy and Sunny that dragged that ass. I think I'm gonna play a little bit from the my YouTube because the quality is better. That's one, and I just want to hear the shit because I think it was good.
Well aware of the challenges working moms face generally.
No, that's not that part I wanted to play. I want to play this.
So welcome back, Sarah.
Where's the part where Sunny gets it, tears in that ass? Here we go.
We're really close. And we stream everything
No.
together. Having both Verizon networks lets us watch from
But you have to listen to the whole full exchange because, and Kenny, I will send you that. Trust me. So, here we go.
And make them out to be the bad guy when most of the people that serve in our law enforcement are very much the good guys that are protecting us from a very dangerous world. When President Trump visited Kenosha, he praised law enforcement, but never mentioned, nor did he speak with Jacob Blake, the black man who was shot 7 times by police in the back. And that was the impetus for the protest. Now, the president has, however, refused to disavow the actions of 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse, who allegedly crossed state lines with an AR-15 style rifle and killed 2 protesters. So my question to you is, how can a law and order president justify what many would call vigilante justice in the name of protecting property? Look, the president's been very clear. We cannot continue to have rioting and looting taking place in our cities. If we want to see real change and real reform, let's stop burning down the businesses and the communities that these problems are happening in. Let's sit down at the table and talk about real solutions. President Trump has actually been leading on trying to calm things down and stop this. Vice President Biden has been hiding in his basement doing nothing. Why not until reach out to Jacob Blake? And now all of a sudden, hold on. Why not reach out to Jacob Blake? The polls are turning. Why not reach out to Jacob Blake? I think he certainly could. I don't have a problem with him doing that, and I think it would be a nice thing for him to do. However, you'll have to ask the president, but what I can tell you that he has done is lead on having safe communities. No child in America, whether they are black, white, brown, or any other color, should be afraid to walk down the streets in this country. And that is something the president has been strong on, and Vice President Biden has been incredibly weak on. And not only have they been weak on it, they've hidden. They haven't commented on it until the polls started to change. That's not conviction. That is convenience. And that is who Joe Biden is. I do not think there could be a clear
Joe Biden did
contrast
speak to
in the
Jacob
upcoming
Blake,
election
though.
than what has taken place over the last couple of weeks.
He did speak to Jacob Blake, though. but he's done nothing to empower the Black community. He has done nothing to help change and bring safety to our communities. If anything, Joe Biden has set back and literally done nothing to help. I don't understand how making that phone call is changing the dynamic of having safer communities. I think it's a nice thing that he did. I think that it would be great if the president did it Trump's as well. America. But at the end of the day,
This is happening in Trump's America. This is not Joe Biden's America. This is Trump's America. This is happening under your president's watch.
In Democrat-run cities. Every place that you see these major incidents and these riots, it's in Democrat-led cities. And it's not like they just became Democrat-led cities. They've been Democrat-run for decades. The worst places we have these problems are where Democrats have been allowed to lead. We're finally starting to clean this mess up, starting to make things better. This is a president who has empowered the African-American community. He's done more than his predecessors. We have the lowest unemployment for Black Americans, historic funding for HBCUs, opportunity zones, criminal justice reform.
Sarah, it's only an hour show. Sarah, it's only an hour show.
Go ahead, Joy.
But yeah, you can catch the rest of it on YouTube. Lot of mistruths. She lied during that whole fucking interview. When she was asked why Donald Trump did not speak to Jacob Blake, she basically had no answer. Family. His intent was to speak to law enforcement so he can provoke and stoke fear. He did it in 2016 with the help of Russians and white supremacists. When he got that endorsement from David Duke, he didn't denounce that shit. Not at all. Not at all. So I don't understand. I'm not surprised, but I don't understand, Sarah. Just tell the fucking truth, girl. She didn't tell the truth about the whole military thing. She basically defended him through that whole fucking interview. It was so painful to watch. But I tweeted, thanks to Sunny. She handled that interview like a real champ. She didn't have to yell. She didn't have to say like, so her teeth or anything. She just like, what? Even you had Whoopi that was like about like, And of course, Joy later on tore her ass up. Like, her ass was torn up. They didn't even ask about her fucking tired ass book. They was like, yeah, her book is out. That's it. And that Biden in the basement shit, Biden has only been in his basement for like, 3 months? And in his basement, he was conducting interviews in that fucking basement. And that Mr. Rogers basement. That's what I call it, because it looked like Mr. Rogers basement with all them books and lights and shit. With his pen here. Hand with the pen in the hand like this. What is it? With the pen? I don't know how you do it with the pen. Like that. Like your grandpa. Biden's been booking busy in that basement. Once he got out that basement, when shit started at least a little bit calm, then he went to travel a little. But he ain't traveling that much. He's been getting COVID tests regularly. Him and Kamala. So Candace and Sarah and you know, and the New York con artist named Donald Trump, with all of this, he's been in his basement bullshit. That Joe hiding shit. Joe's been out. And Joe in his basement is more effective than Donald Trump and our White House. Let's keep that in mind. So I wish they will all cut the shit. And this is why we got to organize, mobilize, vote. Either we donate some money, which I probably will donate, you know, a little something. Because I can't really volunteer right now because I'm in school and then I'll possibly be working. But I'll donate something, you know. Or if you're not working or if you have more time on your hands, volunteer, phone banks, or whatever you can do to make sure that Joe and Kamala be our leaders to restore the American creed, that we are respected on the national stage, that we get back to the Paris and Climate Accord that created energy jobs, that we can actually get student loan forgiveness from the HEROES Act that was passed nearly 4 months ago. that's sitting on Mitch McConnell's desk. We also need to vote down ballot to get rid of people like Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, Susan Collins, Cory Gardner. Rand Paul's up for re-election in 2022, but hopefully Charles Booker be able to run then to kick his ass. We need to get Kelly Lawford out. We need to get David Perdue out because they both up for re-election. Get their asses out of there. Hopefully Roy Blunt is up for re-election too, so he can go. Josh Hawley's there till like 2024. Oh, God. Like, they all need to go. All need to fucking go. Period. But until then, you guys have a great night. I probably will do this tomorrow. I usually do stuff on my Instagram, but I probably will just do this tomorrow because as of, I think, the end of this month, Restream won't be doing the YouTube stuff no more, which is weird. I don't understand why, but at least most of us still got Periscope. But until then, you guys have a good night.